This episode is In Search of Milk. You're in the Playhouse. Welcome to the Playhouse. I'm Uncle Paul, and it's time for our very special hellos. Hello to Andrew of Parlogram, Nick the Record Lover, Matthew Street, Beatly Tone, Dave Sunstrom, Brendan Snyder, Beetle Dave and Beetle Brad, Jerome Luby, Safe and Sound Texas Audio Excursion, Johnny P. from Kentucky, Beetle Dustino, Mark Williams, Ron Gilday, Rosie and Gary C., Beetle Babe Jennifer, Clifford and Susan, Kelly, first generation fan, Mr. Winston O. Boogie. Now, if you'd like a special hello, if you'd like to dedicate a special hello, please just leave it in the comments below and we'll say hello in a future episode. And that's our very special hellos for today. Well, Jay Ward was an American animator, and he founded Jay Ward Productions in 1948. His first animated television series premiered on August 1st, 1949, and that was Crusader Rabbit. Now, Crusader Rabbit was the first animated series made exclusively for television. In the history books, Hanna-Barbera, an incredible production company, usually gets the credit for creating syndicated cartoon series, starting with Rough and Ready in 1960, and shortly thereafter, of course, their successes of Huckleberry Hound, Yogi Bear, and the Flintstones. But Jay Ward Productions predated all of them, again, going to 1949 with his very primitive but extremely inventive television series, Crusader Rabbit. Jay Ward went on to create so many legendary characters that we all grew up and loved so much with, including Rocky and Bullwinkle, which included, of course, Sherman and Peabody, and of course, Dudley Do-Right, and George of the Jungle. Who could forget George of the Jungle with Super Chicken? And of course, Hoppity Hooper, just to name a few. Of course, we wanted to show, like here's Rocky and Bullwinkle, the Soakies, Dudley Do-Right, fun stuff. Now, Jay Ward, in 1963, the Quaker Oats Company hired Jay Ward Productions to develop characters for their new cereal, Captain Crunch. So that's why if you look at the animation style that was used in some of the Jay Ward classic productions of Rocky and Bullwinkle and all the ones we've just mentioned, Captain Crunch kind of has that same animation style that Jay Ward Productions was famous for. In 1965, since Captain Crunch was so successful, they asked him, the Quaker Oats Company, to keep creating more characters for their cereals. And hence, Quisp and Quake were born. Now, Quisp and Quake, I'm sure I can see the smiles on so many Playhouse members' faces, because they just are something that, again, a memory of childhood, sitting in front of the television with your bowl of Quisp and Quake, or even Captain Crunch for that matter. So in today's episode of the Playhouse, we're going to show you some newer and some original memorabilia from the world of Jay Ward Productions. And we love Jay Ward here at the Playhouse so much. So we're going to start here with the Captain Crunch coloring book. This is fun. This was a promotional item that was given out. By the way, this is why we're in the kitchen at the Playhouse, because we're going to talk about cereal items, in case you were wondering, but I don't think. So this is from 1968, and it's copyrighted the Quaker Oats Company. This is fun. This is an uncolored Captain Crunch coloring book. Lots of fun. And when we're talking about Captain Crunch. Now, this is an original 1963 first box of Captain Crunch. And the offer on the back, so you remember in those days you could send away for fun items. That was almost as fun or a reason why you got the cereal. Now, this was offered throughout the 1960s. This is the first time that it was offered. The famous Captain Crunch treasure chest. That's all you had to do is send the pirates only $1, and they'll send you this 5-in-1 treasure chest. It's a treasure chest that comes complete with 5 authentic pirate coins. Right, obviously, you think you may know where this is going. Because the Playhouse scrambled up $1 and sent away for the treasure chest. And yes, we have it. We don't have all the trinkets, but here's the Captain Crunch treasure chest that came, I can't believe it. Talk about, again, the old fun days. I say this with a lot of laughter. How did we survive the 1960s? Because this is the key. I just said that you were sent with your treasure chest. Imagine now, with all the warnings and everything, like there's something small. We're sending a child. This is the size of a pill. No, we're not condoning this. But I think you know where I'm going with this. All right. So anyway, we're gonna here. I can't believe the Playhouse didn't lose anything in its childhood. So we're gonna go close up on the little lock that you got with the treasure chest. I'm gonna undo it. Come on. Okay, good. So we don't want to lose the key now. Now I know. All right. I have the chest, and we have the key, and we have the lock. We don't have all the original items, but I have a few of the items. Well, I kept this. This is a little Captain Crunch treasure chest. Here's a figure, but that didn't come with it. But I know this came with the treasure. This was a treasure map that came with the treasure chest. And on the back is the Spanish Main. So now that's going to lead us right into the history of Captain Crunch. Now, this is a more modern box. Well, it's about 25 years ago. But see, the size of Captain Crunch throughout the years. Of course, this box of Captain Crunch was 37 cents back in 1963. So they didn't give you as much, but lots of fun. But why I have this one to show you, I found this very amusing. There's some Captain Crunch history about him, facts. So, name, Captain Horatio Crunch, and his age is unknown. Now, the captain was only 4'11", short captain, and he weighed 102 pounds. And his hobbies were sailing and dueling. Of course, we'd expect no less than that from the captain. And his greatest adventures was search for the wild man of Borneo, discovering Crunchberry Island, and battling the Soggies. And here's some information also about his arch nemesis, Jean Lafoot. We have some stuff. Let's compare Jean Lafoot's height. Well, his age is unknown, but he's 5'5", and he weighs 135 pounds, and his hobbies are dastardly deeds. But fun little cutout cards that you got on a Captain Crunch box, I'd say in the late 1990s, I'd say. All right, so a lot of items have been coming out throughout the years about our good captain. Then we're going to get to Quisp and Quake. But we have, of course, Funko has put out a lot of items. Now, of course, they're known for the Wacky Wobbler, so many items. And, of course, now the Funko Pops. We have plenty of those to show you. But there's the Wacky Wobblers predate the Funko Pops. Great bobblehead. There's the Quisp bobblehead. He's tiny bit. And of course, they put out a lot more than you'd ever know. And I think of Pez dispensers of the captain throughout the years as well. And of course, they even put out Jean Lafoot. And then they put out, here's like a variant, a black and white. It's the limited chase version of the Pez dispenser. Get Captain Crunch in black and white. We have every time. We even have the Crunchberry Beast here. Limited edition. That's the Playhouse completist, and we have to get everything all the time. Now, artist Ron English put out figures called Serial Killers. Now, these were parodies. very much in the tradition of our beloved Topps wacky packages. But these are kind of like wacky packages come to life. And this particular figure is called Captain Cornstarch. He's dentist recommended, and he's a good source of tooth decay. Here's the laughter. And he's an excellent source of saturated fat made by the Faker Oats Company. I have to say, these are quite creative. You can still find these. The larger figures are kind of pricey to find. We have a few of our other friends, Fat Tony here and the Sugar Diabetic Bear here hanging out at the Playhouse. But we just want to show you because it's part, of course, of the Captain Crunch history. And yes, we were just talking about wacky packages. Now, this is from Topps. Fun. This is a 3-pack of cereal parodies. And of course, this is the original parody from Wacky Packages, Series 2, 1973, of Captain Crud, which inside came a real pirate, and it tastes cruddy even in milk. I always loved the cereal parodies the best. But this little 3-pack, based on the mini cereals that, like, when you get like the 8-pack of just one serving per box, that's of course what this replicates. But they're all cereal parodies. We have a magnet as well of Captain Crud. So we love wacky packages. We talked about them again in Playhouse episode 13. So if you haven't seen that one, please take a look at it. And we were talking about the Funko Pops. This is the Add Icons series. This is number 14. This was only at Target, this particular one. The original Captain Crunch. They did a lot of Captain Crunch ones. We have the Gene LaFoot one, number 16 here as well. Crunchberry Beast, Captain Crunch, and Gene LaFoot. And here, so we have to show them all, is the Crunchberry Beast. It's 2018 Summer Convention limited edition, so they say. Now, I'm not sure why they did this, but of course we got everyone. Oh yeah, it's Cosmic Captain Crunch. Now, if you want to try this, Joe Friday, kill the double light switch if we can. We'll see what happens. We can always edit this out if we don't like it. All right. Now see, he does. We had the black light already. He glows in the dark here. All right, let there be light. And while we're on the Pops, we'll transition over to Quisp and Quake because we have a live uncanning to do. So again, from the Pop Add Icons line, and if you're just starting out collecting Funko Pops, keep in mind that under the word Pop is the name of the line. So this is the Add Icons line. So then all the numbering starts just at number 1. You see, so there's more than one number 68, but this is 68 in the Add Icons Pop Funkos. But then if you were to collect like the Pop Star Wars, the number 68 would be a different one. So here's Quisp. Funko Pops they're still quite collectible because there's almost 1 million of them probably by now. And here's Quake. They don't make Quake anymore. They still make Quisp on occasion, but not too often. All right, we also want to show you, this is a great book. I don't know if you can still get this, if it's out of print or not. This was done in the late 1990s by Scott Bruce. Cereal Boxes and Prizes. And he put Quisp on the cover with Quake on the back cover. And it's basically an incredible, beautifully production quality of all the famous cereal boxes and what premiums you could get inside the box at the time. It is a beautiful 1963 Ford hardtop. It came in a Tony the Tiger there. So anyway, search this book out, Scott Bruce. He also was the man that really started the lunchbox collecting craze in the 1980s. And then he tried to do the same with cereal boxes, but I think cereal boxes were they were much more difficult to find rather than the metal lunch boxes. All right, so now Quisp and Quake. we have the original first Quisp cereal box. But here they really gave you a lot for your money. It was the, see, also why I think the 60 health craze kind of came around. And this was kind of like known as a peppy cereal. Even though they call it the vitamin-powered sugary cereal. And of course, everyone was into aliens at the time. Because remember, we were having the space race. And we were about to go for our first steps on the moon in 1969. So everyone was into that. And they have a rivalry, Quisp and Quake. So it's the vitamin-powered sugary cereal, Quisp, for quasi energy. You're supposed to maybe hopped up when you had your Quisp. Now, I love the back, of course. You see now you could, too bad we didn't do this. For 50 cents, you could get your own Quisp Playmate. Nice plush there. This stuff is very, again, we don't talk about price in the Playhouse, but if you find this stuff is pricey. We'll just put it that way. And here's Quake, of course, the vitamin-powered sugary cereal as well. Oh, for earthquake power. That's what Quake did for you. I think everyone still loved Quisp more than Quake for some reason. But see, also, you could send away for 50 cents and get your plushie of Quake as well. 50 cents plus 2 box tops from Quake. Send me a Quake Playmate. Please sew. Oh, this is cute. Please sew a Quake Playmate for me. So they made it very personalized. All right, we are going to, here's the soda figures. These are new from the last 5 or 6 years that Funko put out. Comes with a nice little hand. Tribute again to the captain. Then you get a little figure inside. Now, we did this on our Bazooka Joe episode, which again went over so well. We did a live uncanning. So we're going to do that on our episode. So this is the Quake Funko soda figure. And this is the Quisp. Right now they come sealed with this around it, and then you pop off, and then you can get a chase, which is like a limited variation of the color. Now, if we get the standard figures, they should look like this. But if we get a variant, well, then that's much rarer. So we're going to do our live uncanning on the Playhouse. I promise, I really do not know what's in here. So here we go. Take the plastic off. Ready? We love this sound. All right, now they are sealed in the bag. We have our Playhouse scissor all ready. And here we go. I won't care which one it is. I haven't opened these. I think this is the normal one. Let's check. He looks a little different though to me. I really don't know. No, this is the normal one. Here he is. He's adorable. He'll be out in the Playhouse now. All right, so there's the Quisp figure. Now let's move on to the Quake figure. Again, I promise these have never been opened. All right, here comes that famous pop sound. Okay. Snip, snip, snip. It is done. I can't tell again. Oh, I like that cereal. This might be the variant. Oh, it is. Oh, how exciting. Look, did you hear the excitement in my voice? Uncle Paul actually really got excited. Look, we got the variant. I like this, and he's holding the cereal box. Oh, see now, again, we don't talk about price in the Playhouse, but these are like 3 times the price if it was the regular one, because we got the variant. But he's adorable. Well, we don't sell anything here at the Playhouse. We enjoy and love our stuff. All right, well, let me show you these real fast. These are nice. These came out, these are from Majestic Studios in 2003. Very nice depiction of Quisp. I don't think they did Quake. And of course, here's Captain Crunch. And we have Jean Lafoot. Yes. Well, now it's time to check the comments bowl. And you want to be in the comments bowl? That's all you have to do is leave us a comment. We're picking one at random. And this is about episode 3 unboxing a never-released Beatles Capitol Records box set. And member Matthew Street and great friend of the Playhouse. Thank you, Matthew, for all you've done to help promote the Playhouse. It means so much to us. Says he's a huge fan of the Beatles, Holly Ridge Strings albums, and he has 3 of them and an import CD. Well, thank you, Matthew. And again, if you want to be in the comments bowl, it's simple. It's all you have to do is leave us a comment. And while you're at it, please subscribe to the Playhouse, hit the like, and of course comment and share the Playhouse. And for now, the Playhouse is closed. Thanks, Joe Friday.